Hello viewers, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is about graph and chart. Today we will learn about graph and chart, and we will learn how to describe the graph and chart. So let's start. First of all, we have to learn the definition of a chart. What is a chart? That means how can we define a chart? We can firstly we can say a chart is a graphical representation of data in which the data is represented by symbols such as bars in a bar chart, lines in a line chart, or slices in a pie chart. A chart can be represented tabular numeric data, functions, or some kinds of quality structure and provides different information. The term chart as a graphical representation of data has multiple meanings. A data chart is a type of the diagram or graph that organizes or and represents a set of numerical or qualitative data. Dimensions in the data are often displayed on axis. If a horizontal and a vertical axis are used, they are usually referred to as the x-axis and y-axis respectively. That is very important for us to know that in a graph and chart we can find many kinds of dimensions, or we can find the two axes, that is the y-axis and x-axis. The next one we can learn classification. There are different types of charts and graphs. The four most common are probably line graphs, bar graphs, and histograms, pie charts, and Cartesian graphs. And we have to learn that the graphs, charts, and diagrams, which are similar to each other. Data can be represented in many ways. The four main types of graphs are bar graph or bar chart, line graph, pie chart, and diagram. Bar graphs are used to show relationships between different data series that are independent of each other. In this case, the height or length of the bar indicates the measured value or frequency. We have learned here graphs, charts, diagrams, and their definition. Next one, we can see an example of the graph. This is an example of a graph, and here we can see there are two axes. That means vertically y-axis and horizontally x-axis. And in a graph, or in a graph, we can find two axes. One is y-axis and another is x-axis, and the y-axis there shows the vertical option, and x-axis shows the horizontal option. And next one we can see an example about bar chart. This is we can see here the bar chart, and we can see some columns or bar here, and vertically the number of buses manufactured, and horizontally we can see months of the year. And this is an example of a find bar chart. And next one we'll see column chart. Vertical line and the horizontal line, we can find two options here, and the information is shown here vertically, and the horizontally we can see the year of the information. And here we see some column, and there we can here we can see two columns, and uh, one is Sri Lanka, and another is about Bangladesh, and next one we can see pie chart. This is a pie chart, and the pie chart has some the slices. Every sector of a pie chart, we can say that it is of the slice. Every sector of a pie chart is known as slice. We can see here one, two, three, four slices of a pie chart, and first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and every quarter is known as a slice. And next one we can see line chart, and we can see here vertically the number of information, and horizontally we can see the category in the information on category 1, category 2, category 3, category 4, and the series 1, series 2, series 3. And this is a line chart, and a fine example of a line chart. We can in many kinds of information. In the case of presenting many kinds of information, that is when we was a cricket tournament or uh, cricket match, we can find, or we can see a line chart and the line graph, and it is all about a line chart. And next we have to know about how to begin a description about a chart, about to describe a chart. How can we get describe a chart, and then how to begin a description about a chart. And it is time to know how to describe graphs, charts, and diagrams. To catch your examiner's attention from the very beginning, you can write as the following. And if it is a graph chart, we can write this is a graph chart. The vertical axis shows the information of percentage, and the horizontal axis shows the distance of year. Next one, how to describe line graphs. First of all, this type of charts converts the information into points on a grid that is connected with a line to represent trends, changes, or relationship between the objects, numbers, dates, etc. These lines show movement over time affected by the increase or decrease in the key factors. To express the movement of the line, you should use the appropriate verbs, adjectives, and adverbs depending on the kind of action you need to show. For this, you should use the following vocabulary. That is about all about this describing. We have to learn about some vocabs, about some vocabulary, and by if we want to describe a chart, bar chart, line chart, or any kinds of chart or graph, we have to learn about some vocabs, or some words, some adjectives, some nouns, some adverbs, and if we want to write a comparative writing, we have to have some knowledge about verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and so on. And first of all, we have to know about this kind of verb. That is the rise, increase, grow, go off, to climb, boom, peak, fall, decline, decrease, drop, dip, go down, reduce, level up, remain stable, no change, remain steady, stay constant, stay, maintain the same level, crash, collapse, plunge, plummet. This is all kinds of words we have to know. And adjectives are sharp, rapid, huge, dramatic, substantial, considerable, significant, slight, small, minimal, massive. Adverbs are dramatically, rapidly, hugely, massive, massively, sharply, steeply, considerably, substantially, significantly, slightly, minimally, markedly. And there is also a list of adverbs to describe the speed of a change: rapidly, quickly, swiftly, suddenly, steadily, gradually, slowly. And we have to know how to describe bar graphs. And bar graphs transform the data into separate bars or columns. Generally, this type of visuals have categories on the x-axis and the numbers on the y-axis. So you can compare statistical data between different groups. The bar graphs show which category is the largest and which is the smallest one. Each group should be independent so that the changes in one don't influence others, doesn't influence others. The bars or columns can be drawn either vertically or horizontally, as it doesn't make any difference. The words used to describe bar chart are pretty similar to ones used for line charts. And this is all about how to describe bar graph. And next one, we have to know about how to describe pie charts. Pie chart is primarily used to illustrate how different parts make up a whole. The best way to present your data in a pie chart is to compare the categories with each other. That means comparing the categories means comparing one slices to another. The following comparison words can be used interchangeably to compare to, as opposed to, versus, more than, the majority of, greater than, less than. Final words. Finally, we should use concluding words. Sometimes we are to use decision-making words and can give our own views on that topic. And this is about all graphs and charts. And we all know that every writing have some characteristics or features, that is, if we want to write a good writing or text, or if we want to produce any kinds of text, we have to know about three items, three elements. That is, our writing has three elements, that is topic, sentence, body, and conclusion. In this case of describing graphs and chart, we can also find three elements of writing, and they are the topic, sentence, and body, and conclusion. If we want to write a good comparative writing, or produce comparative text, we have to know about these charts and graphs, and we have to also know about some words, some vocabularies, some criteria, some comparative degree of comparison, some rules and regulations about degree of comparison, and we have to know about some information, and we have to know how to organize all kinds of information and how to present it. And if we want to make a good text, we have to know all kinds of rules and regulation of bars and graphs. That is all about bars and graphs. Thank you so much for watching.